Hello, my name is Hannah Hodgson. I will be discussing 3 of the best screencasting softwares that I have found through my research. We have to discuss what screencasting actually is because it is still a newer piece of technology in the education world and has become more prevalent in the education world since COVID-19. So, screencasting is where a video of a computer screen and audio is recorded simultaneously. It allows for information on a screen to be recorded and shared. So, it's what I'm doing right now. I'm recording this presentation that I created, and then I'm speaking while that presentation is going, and it's all being recorded through my laptop. The benefits of screencasting, there's a long list of the benefits, so I only have a couple listed. But we have our students turn in assignments on paper very often, especially in math. We could use screencasting to benefit our students to give them feedback through video instead of on paper, because our students could turn in papers and it could be a week until they get graded. And even then, the feedback that's given on those papers, sometimes teachers get tired. I know I have 110 students, so I get tired of giving the same feedback over and over and over again. And it becomes less and less personalized for each student because I start seeing the same mistakes all the time throughout 75 of the 110 quizzes that I'm looking at. So, screencasting can be used to give our students detailed feedback so they understand where their strengths are, they understand where their weaknesses are, and how they can adjust. I know as a math teacher, I like to ask a lot of follow-up questions and not just give my students the answers. So on paper, it looks kind of odd when I only give my student a starting point and I don't help them through the rest of the problem through my feedback, because I don't want them to just be given the answer. I want them to work towards the answer. So a video or a screencast can be beneficial because I could scan in their quiz and then try to work through the steps with them, like have them pause and answer a question, like almost like an ed puzzle. But screencasting allows us to give our students that detailed feedback. It allows for them to adjust and find their mistakes so that they can succeed when they take that next test. And then if we have videos that are posted on an LMS, students can look back and rewatch a lesson at their own convenience. So I did this a lot with my students when we were asynchronous. We had students that were in person, we had students that were asynchronous. So my students in person were getting a lesson taught by me, and some students might not have been getting a lesson taught by a teacher because they were asynchronous. So I started to record my lessons. I started to take the time to screencast my lessons and go through the lessons with my students and their guided notes so that they could watch that lesson and still receive the same education that their students in person were receiving. So screencasting has become a very large educational tool that teachers have started using in the classroom because of the different circumstances that we were presented with. Screencasting is similar to taking a screenshot on your phone, except it's a video on your computer that is taking a video of your screen and recording your audio. So my 3 screencasting softwares that I have done research on, and 2 of which I am super familiar with, are Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, which is now called ScreenPal, and Camtasia. Screencastify is one of my favorite screencasting softwares. I'm using it right now. I find it very accessible and easy to use. So Screencastify has a Google Chrome extension that allows easy access when needing to record. So I finished my PowerPoint in Canva and found that I was ready to start recording my presentation. All I had to do was find my little pink arrow in my Google Chrome search bar, click the arrow. I was given my options for whether I wanted my desktop recorded, I wanted a certain web page recorded, if I wanted my webcam included, and then I could start recording. As you can see, I have a bunch of different tools down in the left-hand side of my screen. I have my mouse, which is right here. It looks like a little circle with a mouse inside. I have the pen that I could use. I have a rectangle that I could use to highlight information. I could add in some stickers to my video, and then I could also erase anything that I have done, as well as start my webcam so that you could see my face up in the top screen, or I can pause and stop my video whenever I need. In Screencastify, I can also edit my videos. I can input them in my classroom, and Screencastify collects all the data. It tells me how many times a student watched a video and who has watched the video and I can incorporate my interactive questions to assure that my students are watching and determine if we need to go reteach a lesson or if we're okay to move on. So very similar to Edpuzzle, because I can collect all that data, I can look at the data, and I can adjust my lesson as needed. On the bright side, it's also free. And then we have Screencast-O-Matic, which is now ScreenPal. I'm just so used to calling it Screencast-O-Matic. We can, or teachers can, post their videos in Screencast-O-Matic or in whatever LMS they're using, and students can record their thoughts and ideas to share with their teachers and peers. So students can respond to their teachers' videos. Like if they have a question, our students can record themselves asking the question and post it as, say, a comment to our video. Teachers can also use this tool to create something similar to a discussion board. Essentially, it is a discussion board just with videos where teachers can state what the students need to do for this discussion post. Students can record their initial post and then reply to their students in a video, which creates more of a conversation, and you can see students' initial reactions and you can see their faces and you can actually hear the inflection in their tone instead of just reading a sentence that maybe has an exclamation mark at the end to make them sound a little more excited about something, or has a period at the end where we don't hear the tone. So it allows for more interaction to occur in the classroom. Educators can also easily give feedback to their students by annotating and commenting on their videos, so they can annotate, say, as in just typing feedback, or they can reply and give feedback in video form. And then any video can be turned into an interactive lesson, very similar to Screencastify, where you can throw in questions and you can have students answer these questions to gather data. Again, also similar to an Edpuzzle. And then we have Camtasia, which is actually a software that I'm not as familiar with and had just learned about it today as I was creating my presentation. So in Camtasia, we can add effects to our recorded videos, so I can add text and different transitions. I can cut a video from a different video and input it into my new video, and then I have a lot more different video editing aspects. So a lot of people are familiar with Apple Movie, where you can edit your movie and do all this video editing stuff that I'm still not 100% familiar with, and create an awesome video. So if I'm teaching my students about arc length and I notice we were struggling with theta, I could include my mini lesson that I had recorded prior about theta, the angle measure of a circle. I can put that into my new video and then have my new video about arc length of a circle right behind that video about theta, and then I can include this really cool transition that goes from theta, the angle measure, to finding arc length of a circle. You can also easily upload your videos from Camtasia to an online course. You can upload it to YouTube, you can upload it to Vimeo, and you can upload it to Nomia Pro. What Camtasia has that I think is super awesome, which makes me think I should have used Camtasia for this presentation instead of Screencastify, is it has Audiate, which is an editor software that's included in Camtasia. So what Audiate, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, what it does is it takes out all those ums and uhs automatically and takes out all those awkward pauses that people sometimes have when they're presenting. So any of my ums and uhs that I said throughout this presentation would have automatically been removed by Audiate if I were to have used Camtasia. These are three super awesome screencasting softwares that are available to us. There are free versions, so you do have the opportunity to just try them out as you need. But it's honestly what you're looking for as a teacher, what you want the benefits to be. As you can see, two of our Screencastify softwares have the same aspects as an Edpuzzle. Camtasia has a very unique aspect of Audiate that takes out all those ums and uhs for you. And they all have different benefits and they all have different aspects and different things that teachers are looking for. So it's whatever's going to fit you.